everybody. Everybody, please mute yourself. Okay. So, good evening, everybody. So, today we are here to discuss about the importance of dream and how does dream help us in our works. And the dream is not like the thing. What are the points to keep in mind while writing and making dreams successful? Very good question. You have asked me the question at the beginning of the meeting. I have not gone for very much, but you have asked the question. I will give you the answer each and every question you raise. So the first, why we are here? We are here to know about the importance of dream, and we should know the proper meaning of dream. Dream is not like the thing that it is like a fragmented elements, that the fragmented events which our mind automatically capture in our subconscious mode. No, not at all. This is not the correct conception of dream. Actually, dream is something. Dream is the passion. Dream is the imagination. Dream is the energy. Dream is the force. Dream is the spring of information which help us to compose a poem or a short story. That is the dream. It doesn't mean that the events which always have in our mind. Suppose dream doesn't mean that when we sleep, at that time we see some events which we get, and then when we wake up and then we get forget. No, this is not the kind of dream. Dream is the imagination. When our mind, as per the C.G. Chatur and the Sigmund Freud elaborated in his book Psychoanalytics, and C.G. Chatur in his dream works 1960, he has mentioned that dream is the thing which we can perceive through our mind. Remember this point, guys. The mind is the source of all kind of information. And why am I saying this kind of thing, rubbish thing to you? Now, why am I saying this kind of rubbish thing? You should have the dream. You should know the proper meaning of dream, because it has the very good impact. It has the huge impact on your writing, on your work. Because a poem is what? A kind of lines, some lines which we get, which we write, and in which we express our own thoughts and feelings. That is the poem or a story. But dream is not like the poem or the story. It is the thing which we imagine through our mind, and our mind has to work very hard. Our mind has to capture the notes. Our mind has to visualize the notes. Our mind has to observe each and everything in detail to get the correct dream. And that dream, we have to convert it into our poem or the story. That is the right conception of dream. ये अब हम हिंदी में बोलूंगे कि ये जो ड्रीम है, वो ड्रीम ऐसा नहीं है कि आप लोग कुछ रात में देख लिया और सुबह उठ के भूल गया. ये ड्रीम नहीं है जी. ड्रीम मतलब है आप जो अपने माइंड से आप जो पैदा करेंगे, जो अपने अंदर से आप देंगे, उसी को ड्रीम कहा जाता है. और इसी के ऊपर बेस करके आपके वर्क को लिखना है. आपके पोएम, आपके शॉर्ट स्टोरी को इसी के ऊपर वर्क करके आपको लिखना है. ठीक है, वन मिनट. तो इसी के ऊपर बेस करके आपको लिखना है अपने पोएम को, अपने शॉर्ट स्टोरी को इसी के ऊपर बेस करके लिखना है. अगर हम गलत कहते हो, इफ आई से एनीथिंग रॉन्ग, प्लीज correct me, or please give me your inputs, because I need that. But dream is not like that. Dream is something which we have to get through our mind, and we have to convert it in the poem. Please, everybody, please mute yourself. Anusam, please mute her. Okay, now it's good. So now I'm going to share a screen. Document screen starting. Is my screen visible? No.
No, it's not visible.
Wait. Just auto rotating. Now?
Not yet.
Wait, what happened to my screen? Not allowed. Okay, now?
Now it's visible.
Yes. Here. So, the topic of this webinar is how to foster your dreams in your books. And we first have to know the dream. So dreams are the fragmented events. It is said by the C.G. Chatur, by the Freud. They have said all things that this fragmented event, but I'm not saying that. I'm saying that dream is something different. It is the thing which we have to get it through our mind. Our mind is the spring. It is the source of all kind of imagination. And we have to convert it in our poem through our imagination. How the dream becomes the spring of imagination. What are the primary and secondary imagination? So, जो हम लोग रात को देखते हैं, जो हम लोग dream करते हैं, ये the first definition of dream which I'm giving now, it is the narrower definition of dream. Later, I will give you the broader definition of the dream. That is completely different. Narrower conception is the thing which we visualize, which our mind capture through the perception. जो हम लोग रात में देखते हैं उसी को, या फिर जो हम लोग automatically capture करते हैं. For example, I'm walking on the road and suddenly I see that a person is walking, there is an accident. So when I will get home, at that time I will have the fragmented events which will hover around my mind. So that is also a kind of dream. That is the dream, but this is the phase of imagination part. ये इमेजिनेशन पार्ट के फेज में आता है. ये समझने के बाद हमें समझना है कि इसको हम लोग कैसे हमारे राइटिंग के ऊपर इंप्लीमेंट कर सकते हैं और हमारे पोएम को और भी ज्यादा एनरिच कर सकते हैं. हाउ कैन वी एनरिच? हमारा मेन मकसद ही, हम लोग क्यों हैं यहाँ पर बक सुने? व्हाई शैल वी लिसनिंग द बक और द रबिश वर्क्स, द टॉक्स? क्यों सुन रहे हैं? हमारा यही मोटिव है कि हमें जानना है कि कैसे हमारा पोइम्स, कैसे हमारा शॉर्ट स्टोरी, कैसे हमारा नॉवेल्स, कैसे हमारा ड्रामा हम अच्छे से लिख सकते हैं. उसमें क्या क्या एलिमेंट्स डालना चाहिए. इट इज लाइक अ करी, इट इज लाइक अ डिश, इट इज लाइक अ रेसिपी. उस रेसिपी के अंदर हमें सारे चीज को एक एक करके डालना है. वी हैव टू ऐड द स्पाइसेस, various spices, and dream is one of the major spice which we have to add. Otherwise, a poem, a story will be valueless. It will be a tasteless. ये tasteless बन जाएगा अगर dream इस एक story, एक poem के ऊपर ना रहे. अब ये concept बहुत Indians, especially I call the name of Indians. Indians always have the one thing in their mind that dreams means the something which will be fictional. No. Like if I write a poem which is based on completely imagination, for example, I'm composing a poem. The theme of the poem is that I'm visiting a temple. In that temple, I'm seeing a girl and I'm adoring her beauty. That is the theme of a poem. So the people who will read the poem, they will think that it's a completely mere imagination. It's a mere fiction. There is no reality. Yes, but it also, but it doesn't give us the meaning of the proper dream. Proper dream means the thing which we have to visualize, which we have to perceive through our sense organ, through our mind. And we have to use our conscious mind, not the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind captures the events, captures the responses, captures the ideas, captures the things, captures the incidents, and it hovers around in our head, because our head is in the psychological term, our head is the storehouse of the events. But this is not kind of proper dream. Proper dream is the dream which we create through the power of imagination. Listen, guys, every one of you are here, you are a dreamer. Every one of you are a dreamer. Why am I saying this to you? Because you are putting your own imagination, you are putting your own feelings, you are putting your own efforts, you are putting your own logical thinking in your works, in your poems, in your story. That is the main dream. First, we visualize the event, that is the primary dream, which we also call the primary imagination. But when we start our writing, समझ लीजिए उसके बाद हम लोग कुछ एक इवेंट देख के आगे बाहर, सपोज कुछ देख के आगे, कुछ करके आगे, तो उसको हम लोग जब बाद में लिखेंगे, तो उस लिखने का हमें इंस्पिरेशन कहाँ से मिलेगा जी? कैसे हम लोग लिख सकते हैं? हाउ कैन वी राइट द वर्क? कहाँ से लिखेंगे? हम तो भूल भी जा सकते हैं ना कुछ इवेंट को. We can because there are many things happening in our mind. But we have to think about the particular event, particular dream. That is called the secondary imagination. It also said by S.T. Coleridge in his book Biographia Literaria, chapter number 14. Yes, 14. X1V. So in our works, in our poems, in our short story, in our novels, in our in our lyric, in our drama, in our tragedy, we should have the courage, we should have the spring of inspiration, we should have the we should have the power, we should have the capability to foster that dream into our work. After that, our work will be completely enriched. It will be a good thing. अब हमारे पास एक और चीज आता है जो मैंने यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ ससेक्स में भी देखा था, कि सपोज हमने एक वर्क लिखने के लिए स्टार्ट कर दिया. इफ एनीबॉडी हैव एनी क्वेश्चन, यू कैन डायरेक्टली आस्क टू मी. आई विल स्टॉप माय शेयरिंग एंड देन आई विल गिव यू योर आंसर. ओके? Is my audio and video visible now? Because I can't see myself.
Yes, it's visible.
Yes. If anybody is feeling bored, please let me know. If I'm saying any rubbish word, please let me know, because I have to learn many things from you guys. That's why we are here. It is an interactive session, informative interactive session. Why we are here? Our main motto, our main objective, our intention is to enrich our work, so that reader can read our work. There should be a demand. Public will be encouraged to read our work, because we have to always keep our mind that when we start our pen, we have to keep one thing in our mind, that the writing should be reader oriented. It should not be a author oriented or a poet oriented or versifier oriented. It should be a reader oriented. Okay, so reader oriented. Yes. The next slide is how can we implement our dreams into our work. What I was saying, that we have to, whenever we start to write, once again there is another power cut. My video is already stopped. Once again, anybody is asking any question? Ma'am, how should we present shairi in our writing? Can you please tell? Yes. I'm saying, I will say. At the time of question answer session, I will answer you each any of you. Okay, everybody. Let me first complete. Yes, I'm just sharing. Screen share, software. रख दिया भाई। My screen is visible ना?
Yes, it's visible.
हाँ, visible ना?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yes. So how can we, हमारा मेन मकसद ही हमारा राइटिंग को एनरिच करना, हमारा राइटिंग को सबसे बढ़िया मतलब में हमारे रीडर के पास रखना, ताकि so that they can get the everything. Whenever we suppose now I'm giving you the real life one example, meeting ends. Only one example I will give you. The example is, suppose I'm starting composing a poem. Okay, and the poem is, and I have no any dreams, no any imagination, no any nothing, no themes in my mind. What shall I write? I'm hovering, I'm going here and there, hesitating that what I will write. I'm in the phase of bewilderment. So at that time, we have to think that what reader, I have to convert myself into a reader. And in the reader, what shall I want to listen? What shall I want to read? हमें क्या पढ़ना है? हमें ये पता करना है कि हमें क्या पढ़ना है, हमें कौन सा टाइप का थीम पढ़ना है. So अब ये पढ़ने के लिए हमें क्या चाहिए? What we have to get, we have to observe everything. We have to be before we have to be a good dreamer, we have to be a good observer. We have to observe three things in our life to be a good dreamer and to be a good author or a good poet or a versifier. We have to get three things in our life. First, we have to read a book. We have to read books. As much book we will read, we'll get the inspiration, we will get the information. Why should we read book? We read book to get information. Various kinds of theme we will get if we read books. And there are lots of libraries are there. In the time of digital, in the digital era, there are many libraries are there, like Essex library is there, Cambridge libraries is there. They are offering free books. So we have to read the books in our spare time. Whenever we go in bus, whenever we work in anywhere, or whenever we get our time, we have to read something. We have to watch television so that we can get information. First thing, we have to be a good reader and we have to read books. Second thing, we have to be a good observer, keen observer. We have to observe each and everything, every minute thing in our nature. जो भी नेचर में है सब चीज को हमें ऑब्जर्व करना है, हमें सब चीज को जानना है, उसको पहचानना है, सब चीज को हमें देखना है. We have to be observed by everything. A poem can be created on a trivial topic too. Suppose I have a headache, we can write a poem on the headache too. And it will be a suitable poem and the reader will get impressed and your poem may be listed in the New York Times too. ये भी चाह सकता है, क्योंकि अगर उसमें हमारा गुड ऑब्जर्वेशन होगा. वी हैव टू थिंक दैट वी आर नॉट ऑर्डिनरी ह्यूमन बींग्स. हम लोग ऑर्डिनरी ह्यूमन बींग्स नहीं है. वी आर द पोइट्स, वी आर द पोइट्स, वी आर द versifiers, we are the playwrights. And as a playwright, you must do one thing in your life. You must be a good reader. You must read various books. Lots of books you have to read. You have to observe everything. You should not speak everywhere. You should observe each and everything. Whenever, suppose आप लोग रास्ते में जा रहे हैं, बाजार जा रहे हैं, देयर इज अ फ्रूट सेलर. इंडिया में तो शायद मिल ही जाते होंगे यहाँ पर. तो वो फ्रूट सेलर फ्रूट बिक रहा है, तो आपको उसको भी देखना है क्या कर रहा है, कैसे ये चल रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, व्हेनेवर आई कम टू इंडिया, आई ऑब्जर्व देयर कल्चर ऑल्सो. हम जब गांव में जाते हूँ ना, इंडिया के जब कभी गांव में जाता हूँ, तो गांव में हम पहले देखते हैं, वो टीवी खोल के देखते हैं हम, टीवी में कौन सा चैनल आता है, क्या चैनल, क्यों जानते हैं, कपड़े कैसे पहने हुए हैं, खाना क्या खा रहे हैं, क्यों देखता हूँ. why do I get information, I get inspiration, I get themes, I get knowledge. and that those become my dreams. वही सब मेरे सपनों में आता है जो those thing I see in my sleep, and when I have my dream, और उसके बाद I convert them into a story. So we have to be good observer too. हमें सिर्फ बुक ऐसे ही पढ़ने नहीं चाहिए, ठीक है ना, हिंदी में बहुत कच्चे हो जी. We have to be a good observer. We have to be a nature observer. And the term nature is a very broader term. Nature means not only the trees or the bird. Nature means whole universe. We have already spent our 20 to 30 years in our life. Listen, guys. Now, what I'm saying, it is a very important, very crucial thing in your life. You have, I have, every person has lost 20 or 30 years. What we have done? Nothing. But for example, take the example of any poet, any romantic poet, any Victorian poet, any other poet, John Dryden or George Eliot, or kids or Sally, anybody take them. They only live only 20 or 30 years or 40 years. But they have created the things which still are in the case of demand, which are in the demand, which people love to read. Because why? Because they when they were alive, they used to observe each and everything, especially Kit. Kit was a sensuous poet. He used to observe every minute thing. Suppose I have read an incident about the life of kids. He was very ill at the last time of his life. So one day he saw the rainfall, the raindrops, and he saw that the small herbs were scattering there, and they were not getting down. They were bending down by the drops, heavy droplets of the rain. So that also gave him the inspiration, because he observed he had a very keen observation. So it became a poem. We have to be like that. हमें वही करना है. हमें अपने वर्क में, हमारे पोएम में, हमारे शॉर्ट स्टोरी में हमें ऐसा कुछ लिखना है जो बहुत यूनिक हो सके. हाँ, मानता हूँ, I admit that if I write a short story or a poem, suppose in the theme of love, in the theme of the devotion, in the theme of based on the theme of contemporary era, based on the theme of nature, ये ठीक है. वर्ड्सवर्थ भी नेचर के ऊपर लिख के चले गए, मर गए. हम लोग भी नेचर के ऊपर भी एक पोएम लिख रहे हैं. वर्ड्सवर्थ भी लिख रहा था अपॉन वेस्टमिनिस्टर ब्रिज, टिंटन अबे. हम लोग भी लिख रहे हैं. किड्स भी लिख के गए, ओड टू स्काइलर है, ओड टू साइकी. हम लोग भी लिख रहे हैं साइकी के ऊपर पोएम. बट द अप्रोच, the way of thinking, the perception should be completely different from them. Because we have to think that we are readers, not the writers. We are readers. And after completion of this poem, how will it be? As a reader, what can be suited for me? How much can I get impressed by this poem? How much can I get the experiences from this poem? How much can I get the elements, the spices from this poem? इस पोएम से, इस शॉर्ट स्टोरी से हमें कितना जानना है, हमें कितना मिला है, ये सभी हम खुद को जानना है. तभी हमारा राइटिंग एनरिच बन सकता है, वरना नहीं बन सकता है. वरना तो सब कितने दिन में कितने सारे बंदे लिख रहे हैं. हर दिन में हर बंदे लिख रहे हैं. आप भी लिख रहे हो, हम भी लिख रहा हूं. लेकिन हमको सोचना पड़ेगा. We have to think. I told you guys, we have lost almost 20 to 30 years in our life, and now we have only 30 to 20 years in left. In this the short period of journey, we have to think. We have to do three things. First, we have to be a good reader. We have to read books, various kinds of books we have to read. Here, three keywords for poets or authors: books, nature, imagination. what I told you, that the books, we have to be a good reader to read books, various books. You can write various books. अगर आपके पास टाइम नहीं, if you don't have time, don't worry, read article, read blogs. If you have no minute, आपके पास दिन में 1 मिनट का भी वक्त नहीं है, आप पहला पॉइंट को छोड़ दो, आप दूसरे पॉइंट में आ जाओ. यू हैव टू बी अ गुड ऑब्जर्वर. आप पहले उसके बाद ऑब्जर्व करना चालू करो. आप नेचर को देखो, आसपास कुछ हो रहा है वो देखो, घर में घूम रहे वो देखो, हॉप्स के देखो, ट्री को देखो, सबको देखो, उसको देखे. यू और ऐसे नहीं देखो. Not like, see, you shouldn't view like others, like human beings. You should be a good observer. आपको सारे चीज को चुप करके देखना है. putting your finger on your mouth. आपको अपने माउथ में फिंगर रख के सब कुछ को देखना है, जानना है कि कैसे चल रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आई एम गिविंग यू द वेरी स्मॉल, वेरी लिटिल एक्सटेंसेस. बहुत छोटा एग्जाम्पल देंगे. वो एग्जाम्पल ये है कि सपोज हम रास्ते में जा रहे हैं, सडनली आई सॉ साइकिल वाला और कार वाला और कार ड्राइवर, वो चला गया मेरे सामने, ही क्रॉस मी. उसी को देख के हमें एक इंस्पिरेशन आ जाएगा. हम उसी को देख के लिख सकते हैं कि हम एक पोएम लिख सकते हैं. कौन सा टाइप के पोएम लिख सकते हैं? वो जो साइकिल वाला, वो जो गाड़ी वाला, वो जो भी चला गया ना, उसके गाड़ी को लेके हम एक प्रोग्रेशन के ऊपर एक पोएम लिख सकते हैं. We can write a poem based on that. कि ऐसा है कि his work, his speed, the speed of the car was very much, it was like that he was moving towards the progression, he was moving towards the advancement, he was moving towards the future. And we are still here. We couldn't get into that. We couldn't catch his speed, which couldn't catch his progression. इसी में एक पोएम आ गया जी. सिर्फ एक रास्ते वाले को देख के, एक साइकिल वाले को देख के भी हमें पोएम आ सकता है. और ये पोएम का जो अप्रोच है, ये कंप्लीटली शुड बी कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट. ये देखिए हमारा यूनिक कॉन्सेप्ट आ गया. ये जो कॉन्सेप्ट है कंप्लीटली यूनिक आ गया. इसके साथ सपोज फॉर एग्जांपल वो जो बोला हमने कि सपोज हमने देखा है कि भिखारी, अ बेगर इज बेगिंग ऑन द रोड. हम लोग देख रहे हैं बेगिंग कर रहे हैं, हम उसके ऊपर पोएम लिख दिया यार, क्योंकि पहले हम उसको पूरा ऑब्जर्व कर लिया. आधे घंटे खड़े होकर देख रहे क्या कर रहा है भिखारी. व्हाट डज द भिखारी. हम इंडिया में अक्सर देखता हूँ, जब जाता हूँ भिखारी लोगों को देखता हूँ, और हम पोएम में उसी में उन लोगों को पढ़े लिखता हूँ, देख रहे क्या कर रहा है उन लोग. I see that they are on the mercy, you know. They are on the mercy. Beggars' life are very hard. Then and there I have the inspiration. I have the primary imagination, primary dream, which I see, observe through our optical sensors, through our sense organ. Then I move towards our to my secondary. उसके बाद हम क्या, घर में आए और उसके बाद हम सोचना चालू कर दिया, और उसके बाद हमने पोएम लिख दिया यार कि बेगर. उसके बाद हमने बेगर्स के लाइफ के ऊपर उसको हाईलाइट करके एक पोएम लिख दिया कि beggars should be, they are where they are struggling their life, they are on the verge to suffer, they are suffering, they are in God has not. ऐसे करके हम लोग लिख दिया. इससे क्या हो गया, एक थीम को यूनिक कॉन्सेप्ट मिल गया. ये एक ट्रिवियल थीम है. दिस इज द ओनली अ ट्रिवियल थीम. इसमें कुछ है ही नहीं, नथिंग इज देयर, बट इट्स अ वेरी ट्रिवियल थिंग. आई सी अ बेगर. बेगर को कोई देखता भी नहीं है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, हम रास्ते से चले, सब आई गेट स्टेप ऑन अ स्टोन. हम पत्थर के ऊपर पड़ गया, गिर गया, चोट खा गया. इसके ऊपर भी हमने पॉइंट लिख दिया कि जैसे हम गिर गए, I step on the road, I step on the stone, and my knee get wounded. So it implies that something is forbidding me, something is stopping me, seizing me to go ahead, to go in my journey. But I have to go to the culminating point. हमें आगे बढ़ना है. इसी में हम लोग एक पोएम लिख दिया. ठीक है. अब आता है व्हाट टाइप ऑफ बुक्स शैल वी रीड एंड व्हाई. हम लोग कौन से टाइप के बुक पढ़ेंगे? एवरीथिंग. आई सजेस्ट एवरीथिंग. वर्ल्ड इज अ स्टोर ऑफ बुक्स. वो दुनिया में बहुत सारे बुक्स हैं. देयर आर मेनी थिंग्स. पढ़ो, जो भी मर्जी है पढ़ो, लेकिन जो तुमको whenever we read a book, now we should be a dreamer. We should be a reader. Sorry to say, we should be a reader. वी हैव टू बी अ गुड रीडर. हमें रीडर के परसेप्शन से पढ़ना है कि कौन से टाइप की बुक हम पढ़ेंगे. द क्लोज ऑब्जर्वेशन ऑफ नेचर एंड इट्स एलिमेंट आई ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. Implementation of our observation into our work, I already discussed. Now, advice notes from the respected authors. So, now, if anybody have any question, please ask me. Now, this is the time of question answer round. Doubt clearing session. Now, anybody please unmute yourself and please. The first question I get, 1 second, let me check what the question I have got here. First, 1 second. What are the points to keep in mind while writing and making dreams successful? I told you the points. I think I shouldn't repeat those points once again. Okay. Ma'am, how should we present शायरी in our writing? Can you please tell? So शायरी is the ना, वो शायरी क्या होता है, मुझे उर्दू का ज्यादा नॉलेज नहीं है, हमने सिर्फ 2-3 ही राइटिंग लिखे थे उर्दू में, उसके बाद कभी ट्राई नहीं किया. शायरी क्या होता है, फॉर एग्जाम्पल आपको एक चीज बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल दे देता हूँ, ठीक है. आई थिंक यू वॉच मूवीज राइट ना. प्लीज रेस्पॉन्स वन, एनीबॉडी, आई वांट योर रेस्पॉन्सेस. हेलो. यस यस यस. सो हम लोग मूवी देखते हैं, हम लोग एडवर्टाइजमेंट भी देखते हैं. व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन एन एडवर्टाइजमेंट एंड अ मूवी, और अ सीरीज, और अ धारावाहिक सीरियल, और अ मूवी? सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल मूवी एंड एडवर्टाइजमेंट में क्या फर्क होता है? In an advertisement consists of only 30 to 40 seconds or on 1 minute. A movie consists of 3 hours or 4 hours. The main difference between a movie and what I say and advertisement is the creativity. The level of creativity. In movie, you have 3 hours in your hand to express your thoughts. Yes, yes. What I was saying, Sunil, Mr. Sumit ji also said the same thing. Is the thoughts. You have the 4 hours or 3 hours in your hand to express your ideology, and you can express it. But in an advertisement, you have only 40 seconds to 1 minute. Similar like the poem or the shairi. Shairi only consists of 4 to 6 lines. In 4 to 6 lines, you have to express your whole ideology, your whole idealism about your life, about the various experiences of your life. And उसके लिए आपको क्या करना है, उसी 4 लाइन के अंदर आपको अपने पूरे जो एक्सपीरियंस है, पूरे जो थॉट्स है, पूरे जो फीलिंग्स है, उसे आपको डालना है. आप यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग, आप 4 लाइन लिखिए, 6 लाइन करिए, 8 लाइन करिए, उसके बाद यू रीड, आप उसको पढ़िए. देन यू बिकम, फर्स्ट यू रीड, देन यू ऑब्जर्व, उसके बाद आप ऑब्जर्व करिए, उस इवेंट को आपके माइंड में ऑब्जर्व करिए. उसके बाद देन यू इमेजिन, विच आई कॉल रीइमेजिनेशन. Then you write once again. Then your writing will be fine. That's why there is a concept of proofreading. I think I have answered your question, right now? Yes. Yes. Sumit Ganguly ji, have I answered your question? Hello, Mr. Sumit. Yes, sir. Okay. Anybody has any question? Any observance? Anything related to dream, your book? Anybody has? I think no. Okay, I have to stop share also. Yes, now stop share. A second. So now I will end this session with a simple, yes, story writing. Yes, what story writing? What story writing? The same thing, you have to implement your story here. आपको सेम चीज स्टोरी में भी इंप्लीमेंट करना है मेरे भाई, आपको वही चीज करना है. यू हैव टू डू द सेम थिंग इन योर स्टोरी. यू हैव टू बी अ गुड रीडर. First, whenever you start in the journey of literature, in the journey of poems, novels, story, you have to think logically that you have spent your 20 to 30 years in your life. Now only you have 30 to 20 to 30 years. Our AC comes away, and in this short period of time, you have to do one thing. You have to be a good reader. You have to be a good observer. You have to be a good good dreamer. Whenever you will get fulfill all of your things, you will be a good writer and an author. Your work will be appreciated everywhere. That is my guarantee. Or nobody will come to you. Yes. Nobody will come to you to tell you about things or to help you in your work. No. In this world, human beings are the most self-centered creatures. It is a real fact that human beings are most self-centered creatures. Everybody he loves his or own life. Everybody thinks about himself or herself. So nobody will help you. You have to help yourself. आपको खुद को हेल्प करना है, उसके लिए आपको yes, no, my friend. Story writing is very easy than poetry. Story writing is very because there is no limitation of words. There is no limitation of rhymes. There is no structure. You shouldn't maintain the structure. Story writing is very easy. Whatever you think, write it down. I say, whatever आप जो भी think करो, लिख दो. उस think करने के लिए आपको process follow करना है ना. ऐसे नहीं होता है. First, you have to be a good reader. Then you should read books, get information. Then you should be a good observer of nature. Yes. You should be a good. वो सब उसके लिए तो आपको good. Then for that you have to be a good reader, ना? You should read some books for the general knowledge, basic knowledge. Then you should be a good observer. Then you have to be a good dreamer. Then you with the power of your imagination, you have to convert those dreams in your works. Then only you will succeed. You will get on the tower of your personality, on the tower of the success, on the tower of the victory. I think I have answered all of your question, right? Yes. So anybody any question? Okay, thank you. So we can conclude. Thank you for joining with me this evening, and it was a very interactive session. Yes. You can answer. Oh, you like my answer. Okay, thank you. Yes, it is my pleasure that you like my answer. So I think it will help you in your work. And if you have any problem, you can message me on Insta. Right? Okay, thank you. You can leave now. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Adios. Good day. Adios. Thank you.